Greetings folks, and welcome back to the channel, and this is my axe collection video. As I said in the last video, the saw collection, I was going to do these all in one go, but I got too many of them and it's a pain in the backside to edit. So this is just my axe collection. They'll come out in no particular order that's surrounding me. Let's kick it off then. First one up, and this is the Gransfors Bruks outdoor axe. Great little axe, can't fault it. I think I've had this one a year or so. It's got a Cold Country Customs sheath on it, which my pal Toby sent me as a gift to cheer me up, because I was going through some tough times, and I was very grateful of it. Cracking little axe. I've done loads with this, plenty of my videos of me using it. I really like it. Funny thing is, this is the second one I've had, because I did buy one when they came out, but I didn't like it. I preferred my wildlife hatchet, so I decided to sell it. But then I changed my mind and I bought another one, and I'm not going to be selling this one because it's seen a lot of use and it's a cracking little axe. There we are, the Gransfors Bruks outdoor axe. Seen as I mentioned the wildlife hatchet, I'll show you that one next. My wildlife hatchet. I can't remember where I put the original sheath, but I did make this orange Kydex one a few years ago. Don't know why, I just did, and it's lived with it. Awesome little axe. You can craft with it, you can split with it, you can shave with it, do just about anything with it. Very good little axe. And I have got a video where I put the two of these head to head, which has seen quite a lot of views, which I'm pleased about. As a YouTuber, you're always pleased when a video gets well received. Not as well received as my friend Scott's video of the same thing, but there we are, that's life. Wildlife hatchet, excellent axe. Or hatchet even. Another small one, and this is the Robin Wood carving axe. My wife bought me this a few years ago for Christmas, and I gotta be honest with you, I haven't used it much because I'm not much of a carver. I can carve a spoon pretty good. I'm not too bad at carving a spoon. I just prefer to do it when I'm camping. I haven't got nothing better to do. Does what it says on the tin. It's a carving axe. They're not particularly expensive for what they are, and somebody did mention that they are a cheap head, rehafted and reground. I don't know. I can't comment on that. But it works, it does the job. As a little carving axe for spoons and things, it's great. Doesn't come with a sheath, so I have to make my own, which isn't particularly difficult for me because I've made a lot of them. So there's three small ones. A relatively recent purchase next, and that's the Gransfors Bruks medium splitting axe. Use this quite a bit, I really like it. And this is another one where I had one of these many years ago, but I sold it because I bought the next axe I'm going to show you, and I thought that would be a better all-round option. But I bought this last year, and I'm glad I did, because it's great. It works a treat. If you're going to split, but you don't want to carry something huge, and I have actually got a big splitting axe, which is a cheap one, a roughneck, and that works really well. But I'm a fussy guy, I like nice things, and I can afford it, so I bought one. Really like that, works well, excellent. So the other axe which I mentioned You're not going to believe this, but this is the second one of these I've had as well. This is the Ray Mears Wilderness axe. Now, I'm terrible for buying things and selling them. This is actually the second one I've had. The first one I had was the one I bought it when it came out, but I did find that it's an unwieldy beast because there's so much weight up the back. It's not very good for chopping, my opinion, right? That's my opinion. I prefer the Gransfors Scandinavian forest axe to this any day of the week. But this is the second one I bought, so I decided to keep it. Done a video on it, and I think further along the line I preferred it to when I had it originally. But yeah, big thick pole on it, heavy old head. It does feel a little bit unwieldy. I put a collar on it. I don't know why. I think it's because it was the in thing to do at the time a few years ago. Don't know where the original sheath went to, the mask, so I made my own. So that is the Gransfors Bruks, designed by Ray Mears Wilderness axe. It's okay, it's okay. I don't really rate it as being an amazing axe, but I won't be selling it, I'll keep it. And the axe which I prefer to use, that size, is definitely the Scandinavian forest axe. And I've had this years. I think this was the first Gransfors Bruks axe I bought. This is a great axe. This is a lovely axe. I can't say anything bad about this. This is a very good axe. Splits okay, chops well, just feels nice. Handle's reasonably slim on it. Lovely axe. And I have got a mask on it. I don't particularly need one because I'm not that clumsy when I'm using it. But there's one on it anyway. And it actually has the original sheath. I did have to replace a popper, that's all. A stud rivet. Apart from that, great axe. Been on a few trips. Actually took it to Canada when we went on the Moors fortnight, the winter skills course. Yeah, really like that axe. That wouldn't be going anywhere. Now something about the same size. Wetterlings, I think it's called the forest axe. Now I had this a year or so ago. As you can see, I've hardly used it. I swapped it for a knife with a gentleman who works for Gransfors in Sweden. It's okay. I'd probably rate it just above the Ray Mears one because it splits better and the balance is better, but the handle is a bit on the thick side. I also had the smaller one of these, which I can't remember what it was called, and I sold that a few months back because I really didn't like it. I just didn't like it, so that went. Bit of a strange sheath with it, similar to the Gransfors, but it's stitched. And I think on an axe, well, you can see the stitching started to come loose. I think I would prefer leather studs instead of stitching, personally, unless you're hand stitched, because that looks like a machine stitch to me. Hand stitched usually doesn't come loose. Now one of my favourites, another Wetterlings, and this is the Wetterlings Hudson Bay axe. I really like this axe. It's got a slimmer, slightly shorter handle, which is really comfortable. It's a good splitter. As you can see, quite a bit of meat on it. And because the handle's slimmer, I'm a lot more confident chopping with it. Yes, definitely one of my favourites. Wetterlings Hudson Bay. Really like that one. Used it quite a bit. It's been quite a few videos. now for something a little different. Cold steel Trailhawk. I've had this for years. There's a problem with cold steel Trailhawks. When you get them, that head, that cutting edge is very rounded, and as soon as I had it, I ground it to that shape. Reprofiled it so it worked a lot better. I cut it down. I cut the handle down by about 3 inches because I felt it was too long, and I've actually covered it, glued on some sisal cord for a bit of grip. Sheath is a very rustic one I made many years ago, but it does the job. Yeah, nice little axe. I think they're great, and for what you pay for them, with a little bit of modification, they're great. And I like a hammer pull. I do like that. And we'll go from that one to another Tomahawk. Now this is a strange one as a Tomahawk because it's quite heavy. And this is the CRKT Woods choke gun. Now this doesn't come with a sheath either, it just comes with some strange plastic affair. So I made a sheath for it. Now when this one turned up, it was ridiculously blunt. And basically if you look down the blade, down the cutting edge, it had about a half mil of flat. Couldn't cut anything, it's absolutely terrible. So the first thing I had to do, get it on the grinder and put an edge on it. So it's a slight convex cutting edge on it. Quite heavy for a Tomahawk, but I like it. As I said just now, I like a hammer pull. If you needed to smash something up, you're a lot less likely to damage the wooden shaft because that's sticking out. It's a bit of a survival axe really. What I would like to see on it would be a nail puller. A nail puller on that would be an excellent addition. You have to think about where to put it so you didn't compromise strength, or you didn't break the handle if you were lifting out some big nails. But as a survival axe, I think that is great. And now to the most used axe in my collection, the Gransfors Bruks small forest axe. Not the original sheath, don't know what happened to that, but I've had this, must be about 20 years, and this has seen a lot of use. It's actually carved a lot of spoons and it's split a hell of a lot of wood. There's a reason people say these are the best all-rounder. They genuinely are. Yes, they're not the best splitters in the world, but they are the best all-rounders. I know people are going to disagree with me on that, but they're so comfortable to use. The handles are lovely. An excellent axe. Seen a lot of use. Yeah. Very good axe. I'm coming to the end. Right, this is a bit of a custom jobby. Custom Gransfors. Now this is a hunter's handle, Gransfors hunter's handle on a small forest axe head with a Cold Country Customs, although this is branded Red Kite Leatherworks because that's what they were before they changed names. This is Toby, my friend, and I bought this axe off Toby Hobby. Oh, good few years ago now, must be about 3 years, gotta be. And this is a lovely little axe. I thoroughly enjoy using this, and I like it because it's a little bit different. Small forest axe head, hunter's axe handle, custom sheath. Now another reasonably long one, and this is the Husqvarna forest axe. I think it's called the forest axe. Now I've done quite a few videos on this one because it was, I believe it was sub £50, and I wanted to buy it to modify it and see if it could compete with the more expensive Gransfors. Well, I spent quite a bit of work on it. Reprofiled the edge, so we've got a nice sharp cutting edge. There's a bit more meat on it than the Gransfors, but not a hell of a lot. So it's not like the Wetterlings, which has got a lot of meat. It's more like the Gransfors. I slimmed the handle down because the handle was quite big, and I made a new mask for it, and all that's on film. I've got videos of me doing that. This axe isn't really getting much use. It's in the back of the car, in the bag with the backhoe bow saw and the roughneck splitter, just in case I go somewhere and I've only taken something small and I want to do something big. They live in the back of the car. But yeah, if you're on a budget and you're a bit clever and you can do a bit of work, that is a cracking little axe. But yeah, the handle is very thick when you get it. In fact, it could still do with a bit more now, but I'm not going to bother. Husqvarna axe. And now to the last one. Some people may say I've left the best till last. This is the Swedish Army axe. Basically the axe that Mors Kochanski thought was the perfect survival axe, and a subscriber sent me this axe. Mr. Voodoo Sausage, I thank you very much. Got a video on it, and the problem I had with this axe, because it was very old, the head started wobbling as soon as I used it, so I had to stop using it. I took the head off, cleaned it out, put it back on, dropped it down about 1/4 of an inch so the bad bits were missing. I put a new wedge in and a round pin, because there was a weird sort of pin in there which wasn't doing much at all. The mask is actually the one that came with the Husqvarna. I made it fit and I gave it a sharpen. Bit of a weight to it, but it's actually a very nice axe to use. Big old head. There we are then. All done with the axes. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, I have got an S-swing with a leather handle somewhere. I don't know where, I can't remember. And I've got an old Elwell axe, which was my dad's, which needs a bit of TLC. That's somewhere as well. So I have got another 2. There you go. All done. My axe collection. I don't know which collection video will be next, because that's me done for filming for this weekend. But I will be doing cold steel, Falkniven, folders, and some miscellaneous ones. I've got some Chris Reeve knives as well, so I'll be showing them too. Until the next time, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your comments, and I really appreciate a thumbs up. All the best. Ta-ra. Now I've got to cart all these back upstairs and take photos of them. I saw a video. I was going to do this all in one, but I had too many, so I sort of start again.